welcome back to another Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. It is Monday, May 22nd. Let's just jump right into it as we always do. My dudes, thank you so much for showing up. Appreciate having you here. For those that don't know who you are, please introduce yourself and let them know who you're here with.
My name is Zachary Barber. I'm a co-owner of Perdido Provisions.
Roland Rodriguez, obviously co-owner, the other owner of Perdido Provisions.
Well, guys, we're glad to have you here. I'm pretty excited about this. Good outdoor apparel is hard to come by. Quality outdoor apparel is hard to come by. And so I'm glad you guys are here to talk about it. But before we get into that, I kind of want to know, what in the world makes you just wake up and say, you know what, let's start an outdoor apparel company? You know, that's not many people do that. Kind of what got you guys here and why are we doing this?
So kind of everything starts with a dream, right? So, I've always dreamed of kind of starting an apparel company, just never really had anybody to jump into it with. And luckily I found Roland. He built my home and then we became close friends, and both of us have a strong hat addiction. Our wives can't stand it, but we stack hats everywhere. And one day we were sitting there and I said, hey, let's start a hat company. I want to do some apparel with it. And he said, okay. So 3 days later, I had the LLC made. It's sitting on his desk to sign, and he goes, here we go, we're jumping in. And so we just wanted to make something that, we enjoyed and that we think that everybody in the community would enjoy, and just, pump something out for those guys that have hat addictions and say, keep buying them, man. Don't worry what your wife says.
Well, first off, I think you're very smart to turn your habits into an income, for one, because then that gives you a little breathing space with the wifeys and stuff, because now you're turning it around, which I think is brilliant. Where did the name come from? How did you guys come up with that, and what's it stand for?
Well, Zach, go ahead, Zach.
So, growing up here, I'm originally from Port Lavaca, transplanted in Victoria, went to college here. Most of the weekends we would spend Coletto Creek. Mm-hmm. You take Coletto Creek back up to the back towards Shiner Brit, or towards, not Shiner, but towards Goliad, and there's Perdido Creek. And we spent hours up there fishing, and I love the name Perdido Creek. It's got a strong meaning, rooted to Victoria and the surrounding areas, and it fit perfectly with our slogan. So I gravitated towards that name. It's got some strong value to it and history, and that, I wanted a rich history to be compared to our brand.
And what was your slogan? What is your slogan?
Find your free. And the way we came about that, I'll let Roland explain that.
Zach and I, we're super excited about Perdido. It's something that, Zach, it started off with us just talking. The next thing we know, hey man, we love caps. So to me, it's just pretty cool to get this off the ground with Zach. But, find your free, and Zach and I were talking on the phone. We're like, we need to come up with a slogan. We need to come up with something. And so, we're just kind of pitching ideas back and forth. And I made the comment, I was like, Zach, when you would go fishing with your dad as a kid, it's probably some of the best memories you have. You're out there, you're enjoying it, And I said, or like for me, I don't play golf as much as I used to, and I work a lot, but when I go play golf or I go fishing, it's like you kind of lose in life. You're kind of just putting everything behind you. And at that one moment, you kind of feel free, right? So I was pitching it like that. I said, you're free. You feel like you're free somewhere. Like you forgot about life. You forgot about the work or whatever you have going on. And so Zach goes, all right, man, I'll call you right back. So, sure enough, it wasn't even like 5 minutes after that. He goes, hey man, I got it. I said, what is it? He goes, find your free. I said, that's it.
Nailed it.
He nailed it right on the head. Yeah.
And there's something to that and I agree that, the hustle and bustle of the world, it gets very chaotic. It's weird times right now, and all that. And sometimes exactly for our mental health, if you want to say, is we need that to go find our free. And we need to get out there and take those moments in nature or the golf course or whatever it is where you can find that. And then to look good while you're doing it.
Yes, sir.
Real quick before we get going, show me some of the stuff you guys got right here real fast. And I'd love to, you got any favorites up here? Anything you want to just brag about real quick? It all looks pretty awesome.
My favorites would be these three right here. This is the Woody hat. It's got a wood duck on it for all of our hunters and people who love to go outdoors. And then we have these are called our OGs. The reason we call these our OGs, it's the very first design we came up with, and this is more of your everyday hat for our golfers especially. It's a water-resistant hat with a rubber patch. Looks great. And then, moving to our shirts, we started doing performance camo button-up shirts. These things are super comfortable, lightweight. This is our Dove camo. great for hunting, whether you just want to wear it outdoors daily or not. This one's actually for
When
you,
say,
man.
Thank you, sir. And when you say performance, for those that don't know, what you mean is this is not a big, thick cotton,
Not at all.
bulky shirt. This is a different material that wicks the sweat, keeps you
Yes,
cool,
very-
protects you from the sun.
Exactly.
All those, and man, makes you look good while you're
Yes,
doing
sir.
it too. Yeah, this is outstanding, brother.
Yeah, very comfortable. It's extremely comfortable shirt. And then we have some more performance long sleeves. This is more for our guys who just like to wear the, go to the beach, go out fishing.
And not get a 3rd-degree sunburn.
Yes, UPF 40. UPF 40, it does offer you that sun.
Good looking shirt, man.
And then that's our Perdido Pelican. That's, that coastal design. And then we have our brown one like that as well. Of course, we're working on designs, weekly, trying to get them out. We're going to start slow, ease into it. But we're here for the
How
people
can we
of
go and
Victoria.
support you guys? What's the best way to track what you're doing, keep up with you, buy some of this good gear?
Obviously marketing's big. We're here with you guys. We appreciate, you guys having us on the show, So, it's just, Zach and I are just really trying to put information out there, if it's either through social media, just any way we can market and show people in Victoria. This is a local brand. It is a Texas brand, but not only that, it is a Southern gentleman brand. And we want to get the word out. And the product that we're providing, it's extremely great quality. I think the pricing is very affordable. And if we live in South Texas, I'm a big guy, so these caps are water resistant. I mean, everything gets made with Texas heat in mind, right?
Yeah.
I saw you walking in earlier.
Yeah,
You're kinda
dude,
like,
all
"Man, I'm
day,
hot, right?
all day, yes,
so
sir.
all of this stuff would be something that you would feel comfortable in. It's breathable. It's just a great product. But the way, anybody can support us, just our website, everything is, we're getting the ball rolling, right? And I tell Zach, the ball is officially rolling. And so everything's coming. This is obviously, there's a lot of learning,
Absolutely.
right, that
Yes,
we have
sir.
to do. We've never done this before. But anything worth having is worth, good fight, right? Or like,
Yes, sir.
putting the effort in to
Yes,
make
sir.
things happen. So, but yeah, just go into our website, follow us on social media.
Which is what? What's your website?
go ahead.
Perdido Provision?
So www.perdidoprovisions.com is our website. You can find us on Instagram at Perdido Provisions, Perdido Provisions on Facebook. We also have a TikTok where we're going to start posting cool videos. That's at Perdido Provisions as well. We ship to all 50 states and can ship out of the U.S. as well. So it's officially rolling.
Well, congratulations, guys. I appreciate what you do. Thanks for the great homes as well in this community. You do an awesome job on that side of the fence as well, and we appreciate you for it. Guys, keep us in the loop, man. We want to track you guys. We always want to support local. Guys, make sure you get some of this gear. It's awesome, it's high quality, and it's local. Support it. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our next guest.
What's up, guys? John from the Chopping Block. I liked a lot of air fryer videos, so I figured we'd get you a new one. Being that summer's coming up, kids want an easy dinner idea, kids want to do something easy at home. Well, let's introduce them to our Bell and Evans chicken nuggets. Get your handy-dandy air fryer. We're going to set that at $400. Chicken nuggies all in there. Here, get all around them. Fry them up real nice like. That fast. 6 minutes. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. So we did 6 minutes on one side at 400. We flipped them. Another 6 minutes at 400. These suckers are ready to roll.
All right, guys, we are back. We're here with a friend of mine today. I'm very blessed that he's in here. He's a good man. He's an honorable man. He does a lot of great stuff in the community, and he's also my friend. So I'm glad to have him here. He's doing big things that are somewhat like right over my head, but I'm glad we got him in here to explain them because I got to keep it surface level. So, my friend, for those that don't know who you are, please introduce yourself and let them know who you are here with.
Well, Caleb, thank you very much for letting me
Yes,
be
sir.
on the show. My name is Bret Baldwin, and I'm with Straet Global Consulting. I'm a senior consultant, and I'm here to talk about authentic STEM.
Okay, so my first question for people like myself that maybe we're a little behind the curve. What in the world is authentic STEM?
Authentic STEM is basically an internship at the high school level. Most internships are done at college level,
Yes,
even
sir.
if it's just a freshman year, but a senior year. But we're starting them at the high school level. And what that is a result of COVID, we've had an opportunity to take international students in one country, pair them up with local students to work on a real project for a real corporation or company as an intern in high school.
Outstanding. Well, I can speak personally. I've never got to do an internship, but I did half a day college, half a day high school, and I was really trying to get out ahead of my skis to prepare myself for the outdoors. And I think something like this would have been phenomenal.
It
because
is just
I don't even know
awesome.
of anything like that available.
It is just awesome. We've been test marketing it in the northern part of the United States. We're actually working with some companies that are kind of cutting edge technology. So Authentic STEM stands for basically the authentic internship, real world experience. It gives the company the foresight to see maybe a potential employee, but it also gives the student an opportunity to say, is this really something I like, or can I expand it? And so STEM obviously is science, technology, engineering, and math. And so those types of courses that they can enhance themselves even before they go into college or go into the profession at certain different levels. And so it's just really a win-win-win-win for everybody.
And is it one of those things, let's say I'm one of the students that's fortunate enough to get qualified and selected for this program, and I take it very seriously, and I go in there and I do very well with this company. Is it one of those things where it can continue to grow and evolve?
Absolutely.
And in fact, I would argue that they're probably hoping that it does, that they making that commitment early gives them a potentially career worker.
Absolutely. That's what we hope that it does. And obviously for those companies, they know and get to see prior to an offer one day that this is maybe somebody we want to add to our company. So it's just phenomenal.
And with the COVID that you mentioned, that it kind of changed the landscape of business, and it opened up opportunities. That it closed some doors and it opened up
Absolutely.
opportunities.
Yep.
And I know the Zoom things and those being able to take virtual meetings. We always kind of had that, but we never really fully utilized it until COVID.
And when I worked for Hilti in my previous life, we had set up for conference calls, but you didn't always have the best connections, you didn't have it, and so now it's standard practice. But the other thing, Caleb, that's really interesting is now these students have to not only work with different cultures, different mentalities of work ethic from different countries. Let's take Germany. They have a really stellar apprenticeship. They're kind of the world's leader, and they really focus on working hard, working collaboratively as a team, and even in different time zones. Think about that. They're 7 hours ahead of here. So they may be working at night, or they may be coming early in the morning here to be that time. In today's world, we are more globally connected than ever, and you need to learn how to work different time zones, different cultures, different ethics, and that's why it's a benefit.
No, and you're right. I remember way back when I used to deploy, and we didn't have cell phones. We didn't, everything was done through an email that you may have to wait 2, 3, 4, 5 days to get, and all of that. Well, now it's this,
It's real time.
and instantaneous. And you're
It
right.
is.
If you don't have those skills to adapt to a global economy or a global movement, you're going to get left behind.
Yep.
So if I'm a high school student and I'm watching this and I see this, what can I do to raise my hand and say, hey, I'm very interested in this. I would like to follow this.
I'm glad you asked that question.
Yes,
You set
sir.
it up really well, Tia. Actually, it's with the Career Technical Education, we call CTE, departments within high school districts, or high schools, if you will. So they need to talk to their career technical education advisor, need to talk with the director, and I'd really like for some of those school districts to give me a contact and see if they're interested, if it is right for you. Maybe not this year, but in future years, because it does take a little time to set up, because the curriculum has to be there, and of course the teachers and the people that are responsible.
And if I heard that, and let's just say I'm a little bit slow, my friends would argue I am, and I just didn't follow that, and could I reach out to you, call you, and say, hey,
Please.
I'm still confused, but I really want to do this. What's my first step? Is that a good way to get
First
going?
thing to do is give me a call, 361-746-2397.
Good deal. Well, is there anything I'm forgetting to tell them about this? We
No,
appreciate you sharing it with us.
I would hope that people would open their minds and start to look at, because we are globally impacted. Even though we have a lot of things here locally, we've got a lot of international. Gas prices, food prices, everything is dependent upon the world economy. And so the more that we can begin to understand how we can play into that and use it to our advantage, as well as learn to make this world a better place, the better off we are.
Absolutely. Would you mind when you get start running people through this program and start getting it out. I'd love to have you come back in the future. Maybe
Absolutely.
bring a student with you to come and talk to that, to inspire more in the future.
We are working on some, I can't say that for confidentiality, but there are some cutting edge companies that are in the same category as the Teslas.
Outstanding.
If you as a student want to be interested in something like that, we'd love to talk to you.
Outstanding. Well, guys, make sure you reach out to him again. Thank you for all you do in the community.
Hey, thank you very much.
You give a lot of hours to help this community, and we're grateful for it. And
Blessings
so,
to you.
thank you
for
so
having me.
much. Yep. Guys, we'll be right back with our next guest.
Since 1932, Wallach & Volk has been closing mortgages and doing it the right way. The reason why the Volks opened up a bank at the height of the Great Depression was because the bank needed to be opened at the height of the Great Depression. And it was good for the community at that time. A lot of the banks were going under. In order to keep that community sound and stable, it was something that they did. I think that says something about who Wallach & Volk was 85 years ago. And the only way you get to continue to do it is if you consistently do it great. And we plan on doing this for another 85 years.
All right, guys, we are back, and we've got a special guest today. Before I get on my speech, I will let them know who you're here with and your name, please, ma'am.
I'm Gabby Guilarte, and I'm here with the City of Victoria Parks and Recreation.
Okay, well, I am not going to say your last name as good as you did. Say it one more time.
Guilarte.
And that is what?
It's
What
from
is it?
Venezuela. I'm from
Okay,
Venezuela.
all right. I had to ask because I'm gonna white boy the
Yeah,
heck
I
out of
have
that.
an accent, so-
No, it's beautiful. It's a good accent. I wanted to know where it was so I could not butcher it like the way I'm always going to. But we're also friends from jiu-jitsu, and so you and your fiance go up there and they train at the Holy Grail with us. You guys
We
are
do.
awesome. They go to the 6 a.m. class. If you want to go up there and get choked on and cranked on, she's really good at it.
Got you.
Yeah, her and her fiance are solid blue belts. Are you blue belt too?
Yes.
Yeah, they're solid and they're awesome, but we're not even here for jiu-jitsu today. As awesome as that is, we are here because you are with Victoria Parks and Recs, and you guys have a lot of cool events coming up.
Yes.
Most importantly, you've got summer camp Park Pals coming up. Talk to me about
Yes.
Park Pals.
So we're super excited about these summer camps. The city haven't done that in a while. I'm new to Parks and Rec, and we decided we're gonna reintroduce it again. We are doing 2 weeks this summer, one in June, one in July. June 5th, the week of June 5th, and the other one's the week of July 17th. So the first one is gonna be outdoor survival skills.
Good. That's what we could all use. Talk to me about it.
So we came across this idea thinking, hey, like we have a bigger team, it's time to do a little more programs, and as you guys have noticed, we're doing a lot more than we used to. We decided to come up with a summer camp because these days, like, kids are so into video games. I mean, it's okay, like video games are fun, but we also need the survival skills. And asking kids, we do a lot of kids program, and asking them, a lot of parents just say they are not comfortable being outside. So we figure, let's do a program, now it's a camp, that gets the kids comfortable being outside. We're gonna do all kinds of activities from wood hunting. We're gonna get the kids to find their own wood, build their own fire. We're gonna have the fire department come with us, and they're gonna teach them fire safety, how to actually build a fire safely, how far away it has to be from your tent, how to extinguish it safely. We're getting the police department to help us with the tracking. They're gonna learn all these things. They're gonna learn with the zoo, like what animals they can mess with, which ones not to mess with, what to do when you see a snake, what kind of snake can you run away from, which one should you like
All
just
of them.
not move.
No, I'm just kidding.
See, well, that's what I would do. But that's not what you should do.
If a snake comes across, I'm jumping on your back right now to get away from it. Yeah, no, I think that's an excellent idea because that's one of the things I remember from being a kid is we weren't even allowed inside. Like my mom, when summertime got here, we got out of school, it was get outside and don't come back home until we turn on the porch light or you hear me yelling.
Time for
stay
dinner.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that was it, you know, and it's sad now you drive around and you don't see a lot of kids outside. You don't see a lot of kids riding their bikes. In fairness, you know, it's 627 degrees outside.
Yeah.
It's super humid and giant mosquitoes. But in the same breath, we still need to get out there and we still need to be active. And in addition to getting out, learning these skills, you know, you're putting a passion into them. Like I remember going out and starting a fire with my dad, things like that. Like
Yeah.
And you make a spark in them and you get them interested
Yeah.
and then you're teaching them a skill, but they're having fun, and so they don't even realize
Yeah,
that
give
they're
them the
learning. You trick them
chance.
into learning. You know, it's a great idea.
Like, how would they know they like it if they've never tried it? You know,
Exactly.
come outside, mess with the river. We're gonna be doing hiking. We're gonna go around. We're gonna try to fish. We're gonna do all these things. Like, maybe your kid likes it and he doesn't even know he will.
Yeah, no, and I think you're right. And you know, this is the one we're talking about right now with the Park Pal summer camp. But you guys all summer, it's like you said, you guys are doing a lot more activities, and we're grateful to see you out there because I've seen you guys all over the place, and you are doing a great job.
That's good. I love to hear that.
And we're, we won't get into them now, but I'd love to have you come back. Well, I see, May 19th. Anyway, we got all sorts of things going on. We'd love to have you come back in the future and talk about some of these, and because, wow, you guys are doing a lot. Is there anything I'm forgetting? If people want to, do you guys ever need volunteers?
We always need volunteers. For
Okay.
summer camps, we've been working with the AgriLife Extension Office. They're going to offer some volunteers. We're working even on a field day, and we're going to need volunteers for that. We're working with some baseball coaches from East and West about that. We always need volunteers. You can always find these opportunities on our website. You can register on VictoriaTX/registration. And you can always find us there.
Good deal. Well, no, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. For this summer camp, what do they need to get registered, or can they just show up? How do we do it?
You will need to register on the Victoria TX registration. We always post our links on Facebook or Instagram. You guys can find it there. It has to be 8 to 12 years old.
Okay.
The kids have to be 8 to 12 years old. We ask you to bring a morning snack and a late afternoon snack, but we're super lucky. VISD called us and they want to donate breakfast and lunch for all kids.
How cool.
Yeah.
How cool.
So we're super excited about that because we're trying to make it as accessible as we can for everyone.
And it's
where
easy
income
just
is
to
not
show
a
up and have
barrier.
fun, yes.
Yeah. So we're offering scholarships too. We just have to email us parks@victoriatx.gov and we're gonna give you a form. You
Let
fill
them
it
know,
up,
hey, I really want to
bring
do
it
this,
back.
but I can't afford it right now. Just still reach out to you guys.
Yeah,
and
and
let
it's
them know.
confidential. We won't tell anyone.
Absolutely.
So it's awesome. I don't see a reason why you shouldn't want to do it.
I
Just
can't
counts.
hear an excuse either. And so,
Right?
Good job. I appreciate what all you guys do. Thank you to Parks and Rec for all you all's hard work. And I look forward to seeing you and your fiance out on the mats. You guys do a great job. Guys, we'll be right back with our middle of the week.
We cover about a 100-mile radius around Victoria, but if your job is big enough, we'll travel further. We're a turnkey solution for whatever your demolition needs are. We'll get the permits, we'll do the demo, we'll do the cleanup, and we'll do the final grading on your property. We do full-scale demolition, whether it's a commercial building or a chicken coop. Outside of demolition, we also do interior or selective demolition. If you have something you want us to take a look at, give us a call. Quotes are free.
Welcome back to my favorite segment of the whole week, guys. The middle of the week with my buddy John from the chopping block.
Whoa,
Bam! What do we got today, my dude?
man, we got a new steak in. Some guys have been asking for it. We said, hey, we're bringing it in. It goes great as a steak or fajitas. This is the hanger steak.
The hanger steak.
Very beefy, very tender. That one's a little more undone. I got you over here, buddy.
Man, I appreciate you looking out for me. And by the way, that shirt looks spectacular on you, my friend.
Thanks.
That is a good-looking shirt.
I got it from a good friend of mine.
Good deal. Well, that guy must really like you because you look really good in that shirt. And yes, I like
There's
it.
some a little more done on that end for you.
I'll take this one. And this was a hanger steak?
It's a hanger steak.
I thought you said this was B-Rut. This is good.
Beefy.
Beefy.
I love that beefy
I like
taste.
it. This is outstanding. New website's out.
New
Up and
website's out.
running. What is that?
Got online ordering. We're shipping our some of our stuff nationwide now.
Outstanding. You know off the top of your head what the website is?
TCBmeats.com.
Outstanding, my brother. We appreciate you. And you got some other big things we'll be teasing next week talking about. I'm excited for you. Big things happening. Guys, John from the chopping block, our favorite. Go see him. Excellent, as always. They got breakfast stuff too, by the way. I know we talked about it, but we'll see you next week, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in to Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. Make sure you comment down below, like the post, share the post. It really helps the algorithms. If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow our page. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. And if you have an event coming on you want featured on Victoria Events, shoot us a message. We'd love to help you get the word out there. Lastly, make sure you support our sponsors. We could not do this show without them, so we're very grateful. Thanks so much, Victoria, and we'll see you at the next one.